Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now it's time for your weekend tech tip, brought to you by Chevy Silverado.
Perfect opportunity to stack on that Chevy Silverado tech tip of the week, because here's the number one question I get when you're talking about Brad's beads.
Yeah.
Number one, does Brad's make beads? Yes, Brad's makes beads. Okay? Beads have become one of the most popular ways to target steelhead for a number of reasons. I'm in that group. I am certainly a bead fisherman. For all those that are like, dang bead guys. Yep, that's me. But second question is range of colors and sizes for your beads.
Yep.
Then availability. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So it looks like from 10 mil up to 14, or do you go bigger than 14?
8 to 14.
8 to 14.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Color range that you have, and this is one of the most popular colors right there. That's cerise. Okay, so 8 to 14. Lots of different color combos.
We do, yeah, all the way through the chartreuses and the opaque oranges, and yeah, several. I think we have about 10 different color combos.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're always working on more as well. But yeah, honestly, this is one of our top sellers right here.
And that is
that orange,
kind of a peachy
the
looking
pearly
orange.
roe. Yeah.
Which is definitely
Black Widow's very good, but yeah, and the other thing with these beads, right? So we're getting more and more areas out on the peninsula where they're saying no bait.
right.
Who cares?
Yeah, fish beads.
Don't need bait.
That's why I went to
fish
beads a long
beads.
time ago, because I can save eggs, or not at least not have to carry them around.
Not have that goop, not have all that stuff over your hands. Fish beads.
Yeah.
Bobber, good to go.
Do me a favor.
Bobber dog, yeah.
Come up with a 16 hard bead, please. That's all I'm going to ask for. It's the only thing I'm asking for is a 16. And the reason why we get that question about the Brad's beads is there's a lot of hard beads. I've talked about hard beads, soft beads, this and that, why you would use one as opposed to another, and why I use hard beads 90% of the time. Certainly, I fish soft beads, no question. I'm getting more attuned to doing that depending on where I'm at and the situation I'm in. But with the Brad's beads is the volume of fire for the money that you spend. Y'all know that you burn through beads. It's just what it is. If you're fishing beads the right way, if you're not losing some, you're not fishing the right way. It's pretty simple on that note. But you get a lot of them for less money than some of the competitors that are out there, hence the reason why we get the questions about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
if you're not on the bottom, you're not fishing, right?
You're not fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the way beads work. It's just that simple. But there's a lot of other things out there that Brad's offers that are going to help you catch more steelhead. Again, we've talked about it in the past. A lot of you have seen it. Some folks that might be new at chasing steelhead, maybe they haven't mastered that egg loop that's out there. You can purchase those already pre-tied from Brad's. Fisherman's has those in stock anywhere. You're going to find them. Then, of course, you've got their Brad's divers. If you're going to be running diver and bait, diver and cut plug, diver and skinny mini when you have the opportunity, or just a diver with the plug behind it, depending on the depth of water that you might be fishing. These are the old school
Metal bill.
Yep.
Hold up, go down, dig in the rocks. And think about the things you can put in here too, right? So you can put salmon eggs in there. You could put coon shrimp in there. You can do a mix of a bunch of stuff. So don't ever throw out your salmon egg juice. Mix that in with your tuna.
Oh. And then use that if you're going to run one of these things.
Yep.
I've never done it. I'm just going to say that it could be something that might be different enough where maybe the fish haven't seen that, where you might be able to entice that
And
bite.
that's just it, right? You're looking for something different.
Yeah, something different. Please do me a favor. If you catch a fish with that system, send it in the Outdoor GPS because I want to show it off. But if we did not talk about the Wiggler line, especially with all the talk that we've been doing here recently about plug fishing for steelhead, we would not be doing you any favors. But before we get to how you might want to set it up to throw one of these wigglers, which we all know is deadly effective, you've got a couple of different sizes here. You got the wee wiggler, the standard size.
Yeah, those are both standard. We also have a, that's the little wiggler actually. This is a wee wiggler size here.
All right, so you get the little change in size there, different depths, different speeds.
Exactly.
And if you just want a different profile, of course, they got a number of different sizes for you. Like anything else, so make sure that they run good for you. Most of the time, they're going to come out of the package. Just click it on, give it a good pull, make sure it's running straight. If you need to make any adjustments.
Great tip.
It's easy to do.
Micro adjustments, though.
I mean,
less than you think.
Absolutely. Don't necessarily need it all the time, but sometimes you might. But you did bring in, and you actually have one in your hand, rigged up in a way that you might say is an easier way to cast. It's interesting, though, that you had mentioned that this is kind of how Brad likes to run these with a octopus.
He does.
Hook.
Yes. Yeah. Love Brad. He just fishes so much. He's out there all the time. Even with his Parkinson's, he's just out there just nailing it. And I've been fishing this setup that you're holding right there with a Siwash.
Sure.
And he said, Scott, try it with the octopus. You're going to like it.
Interesting.
So I just love tips like that.
Okay, I was going to say that is a very interesting tip. I can honestly say that I haven't done that, but I'm not going to argue with what Brad likes to do.
That's normally how I do it. I'm doing it with a Siwash just like that.
Sure.
But I tell you what, he fishes enough.
Yeah.
He's fishy enough.
Don't argue.
All know.
Don't argue.
I am absolutely going to try that.
You'll find that plugs that are on the market, some will cast and some will not. There's no question that a wiggler will cast, meaning that you can get a good long cast without it flopping around through the air, where some of them might not be able to do that. So you certainly have some options out there. And you actually brought in, this is one of my favorite all-time colors, the chrome black back with the red dot on the belly. Absolutely. Yep. Believe it or not, people, there are some systems, hatchery systems, where this is kind of a light switch for, hey, little hatchery fish, it's time to feed. But I'm not going to say the systems. But this is one of my favorite all-time colors. You're
pretty basic, but deadly.
You're not getting out of here with this one, I can just tell you that now. But this year I'm going to be spending a lot of time back trolling plugs in the drift boat. And that would be a color that I would recommend. Or, of course, the Blue Pirate, which is one of the all-time greatest color combos ever.
Yep.
No matter what it is.
Green Pirate.
Green Pirate.
Yep. And that watermelon, too, has been a great one.
If you were in the situation where I'm probably late on getting Christmas gift done, getting Christmas presents laid out for those folks in your family that are anglers, if you head over to Fisherman's, I'm just going to tell you now, if you got somebody 4 or 5 wigglers, you got them a couple of packs of beads, and you grabbed yourself some size 1, some size 2 Brad's hooks.
And a diver or two.
For bead fishing, I only want black hooks. Some people like red hooks. They have those available for you. That right there is a gift for a steelhead angler that they would smile from ear to ear. I'm just telling you, if you just want to get it right the first time without having too much issue, beads, some wigglers, maybe some divers, 4 or 5 of them, you're absolutely going to hit a home run with whoever that happens to be. But
it's not Christmas Eve yet. We got plenty of shopping time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, we got NFL football on Saturday.
I know. We got so much time.
We're always out of time, man. Thanks for coming.
Hey, really appreciate it. Hey, appreciate all your support. Hey, thank you so much. It's been a fun year.
It has been.
Really appreciate it. And all of our great customers out there that tune in all the time, hit me up, say, hey, thanks for doing that. We appreciate you guys, too. Have a very Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. Find yourself some of these skinny minis when they come out at that Puyallup show. And if you don't pick up a few of these, you're going to regret it. It's just that simple. Scott, as always, thanks for coming in. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap things up.